Need to work on my posture.
Well, hi, we are live. While she's working on her posture. Let's get into this.
And I'm going to let it float away.
Absolutely crazy. Good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning.
It's Jamie and
Sarah. And I'm just marveling at how Jamie sits cross-legged like yoga pose, like this, in his chair. That's what he's doing right now.
yes, I'm actually sitting in the splits right now. Well, good morning, and
Good morning. Okay. Focus, babe. Focus. Wasn't that your word of the year one year?
finding opportunities by creating uninterrupted strategy sessions. Yes,
No.
but now it's kindness. Kindness illuminates natural decency by creating neoteric energy with selfless statements. And if you want to learn more, you can go to Bottleneck.Online /WOTY.
That's my word of the year.
America. Hey, so have fun.
Yes.
Check out the new logo.
Ooh, I like it. I hadn't seen it yet.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Got the new logo. We listened to you, and so we're working on it. This logo will be done. This overlays will be done. But yeah, it's we listened to you. We heard that this logo was a little bit hard to see. People didn't understand what the B was.
So you know what's funny? Is you're pointing at things with your mouse and see this thing and this thing, they can't see what you're doing.
But they can see this logo, right? You see that logo?
That.
Hey, no, wrong side. You have the camera right there.
That logo.
Right? So yeah, so pretty excited about that. And we're going to kind of, you'll see some changes coming up on our week in review. So this is Live with Bottleneck. It's a week in review. It's a special edition.
Have fun.
With Jamie and Sara. A week in review with Jamie and Sara every Friday at 10 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m.-ish. And today we're going to be talking about having fun. So yesterday we went out to dinner, had an absolutely great time. And as we were walking out, my beautiful wife turned to me and she goes, "Make me happy." And I said, "Just smile." And she faked a smile, and pretty soon we were laughing.
Yeah.
So apparently that works.
Just smile. Just have fun.
And I will start to show off with a dad joke.
Okay.
What dad joke should I do?
Well, you said.
Do a dad one. The dad.
Yeah.
How do you know a dad joke is a dad joke when it is a parent? Oh boy, that's going to get some listeners.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, today we're going to talk about having fun. So every week, what we're going to do, and you will see coming up, we're going to have some new special effects going on, wherein we're going to have a section. What did we do last week? What did we do? What's coming up this week? And then we're going to do a special shout out to someone that has impacted us. And so we're going to kind of switch up the format a little bit. That's typically the format we do, but it's kind of just totally unscripted. So this is like Live with Bottleneck unscripted. That's a matter. That's what we should do. Live with Bottleneck unscripted with Jamie and Sara.
Yep. We never are scripted anyway, are we?
No.
Sometimes. Like today, I actually brought in my notes.
Well then,
I'm an avid
take it
note
away.
taker.
And I was going to give you free access to the Disney Channel. Watch your mouth, mister. Can anybody name where that's from?
What movie is that from? I get a cup of coffee. I get a cup of coffee.
Want to get a cup of coffee? I get a cup of coffee. We've absolutely lost our mind this morning. Doctor.
I'm glad I don't need a doctor.
Bob Hope. Oh,
do you like
boy.
my golf swing?
Okay, talk.
Can you hear me?
No, it would be right there.
Oh, can you hear me now? So this week we had a special guest in our weekly meeting, and her name was Michelle Moore. And we talked about decreasing suffering in the workplace. And you know what was really cool? Like she sent us all a questionnaire. And in this questionnaire, of course, we had to answer questions. So she broke it down to 5 things. There's focus, culture, balance, environment, and then grouped together is tools and metrics. And we are strangled by our tools. We have too many tools. We try to use too many tools, but we're working on that. And focus, we need to work on our focus. However, our environment and our culture and our balance, we're just off the charts awesome. We have fun.
She said, and her name was Michelle Moore from Mind Equity. Highly encourage you to reach out to her. It's an incredible exercise, and it's a great way, especially if you're working in team environment. That's where her power lies in helping teams figure out what's taking them away from distracting them versus how to pay better attention, how to focus better in organizational and teams. And so it was really neat. And she said, something's really strange. I've never seen this before. And we were like, what? She goes, your team actually looks forward to meetings.
We don't have very many.
We don't have very many. And it's fun. We have a good time.
We have lots of impromptu meetings like, hey, you had a second to jump on Zoom? We have a lot of those, but not structured ones. 2 structured meetings a week for me. That's it. Done.
Have fun.
I'm trying to read what your men's health background is there. What day is it again? Oh.
Yeah, we were having fun with some backgrounds. Let me see. Maybe I can put a background on there and show you what she's talking about so that you don't feel left out, I just don't want you to feel left out. We'll see if it's
that one.
Here.
Yep.
So this way, we'll go ahead and pop that on there and see if it works. I don't know. See that? Like I'm on the cover
Sponsored by Men's Health.
Oh gosh, we are.
What not to do.
We are absolute goofballs. Okay.
So, you know what I learned when she was talking about focus?
What?
So, they say men can't multitask and women are multitaskers. Man, I am the world's worst. I cannot multitask. And I'm always trying to. And that's why I'm so, takes me forever to get something done because I get distracted so easily and trying to it just doesn't work. This guy can multitask. It blows my mind. So we'll be in a meeting and I'm like, he's not paying attention. But he is because he rarely says, could you repeat that? It's because he's looking up something that's going to add to what we're talking about in the meeting. So yes, this guy can multitask. I can't.
Huh?
So that was one of my notes. I'm too wired, always wanting to multitask.
Yeah. So this past week what were some of our challenges this past week?
Communication.
Yeah.
Communication.
Communication.
Let's see. Challenges this week. You know what? Probably one of the biggest challenges, and I think it's a huge challenge with anybody in human resources, anybody that hires, is, people, they really want the position. They apply for it. They really want the position. They think they can do it. And then they get there and maybe they're overwhelmed or it's not what they thought it was going to be. And then, it's just they quit or they're ineffective, and trying to find the right questions to ask to determine if they actually are 100% committed to this position or if, it's pretty close and I think I can do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think one of the questions to ask is that so you really want to find out what someone's passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
You really need to nail that down. And if somebody's taking a job, say, whatever it is, and they're taking that job as a stepping stone to get where they want to get to. This happens a lot in the medical industry. A lot of kids want to go to medical school, so they'll go and they'll get some real world experience by working in a private practice as a medical assistant or something like that, a medical scribe. And then 2 years later, they're gone because they're going to school, becoming a nurse or doing whatever it is that they want to do. So it's a stepping stone. And a lot of private practices invest a lot of time, energy, and money into hiring this person and training them and getting them going. And then 2 years later, they're clicking and then they're out.
Mm-hmm. And
that can be difficult. So there's a really good question. I use that as an example. I think it's pretty easy to understand. But any environment that you go to work in, one of the best questions you should ask is, okay, so you're interested in this position? Oh, yes. I'm really excited. Of course, when you interview, you're all excited and it's fun and a lot of attention. But a really good thing to ask them is, what do you want to do after you leave ABC company, after you leave this organization? What do you want to do after you leave Bottleneck? You'd be surprised at what happens. Typically, it's like, what? Like, yeah, what do you want to do? For me, I find out three things. Number one, I find out what they're really, truly passionate about. Because now all of a sudden that conversation starts going in a direction for them that you can say, oh, so this is really what drives them. This is what's passionate for them. Mm-hmm. Number two, it helps me identify a good role and responsibilities for that person so that we're actively, hopefully we can build that relationship so that they can stay in this position, and we kind of build a position for them if they're a really good fit, someone that you really want to be a part of your organization. And then the third part about that is, if that's what they want to do, we know right away that ultimately they want to get into this. Like, for instance, we have somebody who loved playing her violin. That was her passion, not working at Bottleneck. She was great while she was here, but we kind of knew she was going to go on to, do things in the music world, and she went on to play in the Manila Symphony and stuff like that, her violin. But I'm the first person that's going to write a letter of recommendation should she ever need it. Because she was very honest with us, very upfront. And I think knowing those three things are really going to help you as a leader set your expectations or realize your expectations. More importantly, the individual or the person that's coming on board kind of feels like, wow, this is kind of a cool place to work. And I really appreciate them asking me this and learning more about what I'm passionate about. And here's the thing, when they end up leaving and you're not saying, okay, get out of here, grab your stuff and go, you're saying, okay, hey, best of luck with your future. They're going to be one of your biggest advocates, a great referral source for you coming up to find more awesome talent. And if that person is referring people to you with the way that they're aligned with the belief system, kindness, all of the same attributes that you're looking for to fill a future role, if they're referring someone over, it's pretty likely that the person they're referring over shares a similar belief system. So yeah, that's my 2 cents and a good question to ask during the interview process so that you're attracting the right people and not missing out on the potential of working your hindquarters off on training somebody and then losing them a couple months later.
Yeah. And like losing somebody 2 years or 3 years down the road, that's going to happen. That happens everywhere.
In the U.S., the average turnover for a millennial, I don't know the other age groups, but for a millennial, I read it in the Gartner research study, was 2.5 years.
Yeah. People don't stay with one company all their lives like they used to. And that's just the way the world works.
Yep.
And, so you have to invest in training. You have to have the right training. You have to be able to identify the right talent, and that's what we do.
That's what we do. So those are our challenges. Those are a couple challenges. Any other challenges?
No, but there's exciting news.
Dun, dun, dun.
The new Bottleneck.Online is almost done.
Yes, we're super excited. I'm gonna this is coming up. We're doing a lot of things to cut down on time-intensive aspects of the business.
Mhm.
So where we can automate, we're looking to automate. We definitely don't want to reduce or impede our customer service.
Mhm.
So we want to be there for that. But we do want to improve it and make it better for our clients, where our clients can literally not have to, and us, we don't have to work so much in starting or beginning a relationship.
Right, and it's not that we're going to eliminate like positions. We're just making it so that you have to spend less time on what do you call it, frustrating aspects, where you got to look at so many open tabs. Like when I do payroll or invoicing, I have so many tabs open because I have to look at so many different things to make sure everything's getting done right. And I tell you, I miss things.
Well, human error is
Yeah.
a big obstacle, and as much as we want to be touching a lot of the process manually, thankfully with some technologies we can automate certain aspects of the onboarding process, or any process for that matter. And what's really cool is it just becomes a little bit cleaner, easier for everybody. Why not do something like that? We're a little bit more reliant on technology. And we're going to take the subscription-based model that we have and kind of put it on steroids, and that way we don't have to send out additional information, credit card authorizations, and all this kind of stuff. It's the client is in full control,
and
taking care of what program they want to do. They can cancel anytime. They get their own little port. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be really nice, and fewer questions, fewer back and forth emails. I bet I spent, I don't know, yesterday a good 2 hours just trying to determine some information to send to a client. So I don't mind doing it, but it's just that's 2 hours I could have spent elsewhere.
Yeah. One of the things that was a little frustrating last probably the last 2 weeks was we had to do a couple refunds, and refunds are no fun. And so a lot of what we're doing right now is coming up next week, I guess, is changing some of the ways that our internal messaging is understood and clear. And so, we're excited with a lot of the stuff that we're doing right now, because everybody's understanding the messaging a lot better, because where before, maybe when we were in a consultation, we weren't saying everything that our recruiting department was saying. And it doesn't take much to interrupt that message. So now we're being super intentional about that. So it's a good, exciting time. I cannot wait for like the future to get here, so that we could just unleash what we're doing. But again, it's all constant. It's a state of constant education, a state of constant adjustment with our processes, and it's just really neat to see all of this coming together. And once it's all together, guess what? We'll have some more tweaks to make, but we're enjoying the process. And yeah.
I have to chuckle a little bit. We're enjoying the process most of the time.
70-30. 30% of the time is going to drain you of energy, but don't worry, because you're going to be rewarded with 70% of the time where it does give you energy, right? So things like this give us energy. It allows us to kind of brain dump. We're kind of being selfish, but at the same time, hopefully some of the stuff that we go through in our quirky way of delivering this message to anyone that's crazy enough to listen is hopefully that's something in there you can pick up on, or offer us advice.
Yeah.
We're all ready for that.
And we always walk away, or I 9 times out of 10 walk away from here with a new idea and a fresh way to look at something. Because during our brain dump here, and we brain dump, over dinner, we talk about business. We try not to talk about it too much, but this is the time when I kind of have some aha moments. Oh, I hadn't thought about it that way, because I hadn't even thought to talk to him about these things, So anyway,
I love it.
Do brain dumps.
I love it. Brain dumps are good. So, little tip: if you don't know what a brain dump is, do you know what a brain dump is?
I just kind of say what's up here floating around.
Yep. So here's the thing on a brain dump.
Is that
A
right?
lot of people, it's definitely, because all that stuff in here gets clogged up. Do a brain dump at least once a week. I do. So here's how it works. Get a pen and paper, Google Doc, whatever you want, no distractions. And it takes 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. Put an egg timer up there. It doesn't matter. Sometimes the brain dumps are going to be more intense. But what I'm talking about is a general brain dump. The more you can get out of here and away from you onto paper or docs or whatever, the more opportunity it has to open up for creativity. And I'm not talking about, painting and all that. I'm talking about being creative in life and in whatever work you have to do. Maybe strategy, something like that. But here's how it works. Are you ready? This is going to be good. Whatever comes in your head, write it down. So right now I'm thinking about Sarah, I'm going to write Sarah. And then I'm thinking about microphone, I'm writing microphone. And then I'm thinking about computer, I'm writing computer. And then I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, videos. What videos? I'm writing down videos. What videos? Whatever I'm thinking in here, and do that for 10, 15, 20 minutes. What's amazing, subconsciously, the things that are challenging you will start coming out. And believe it or not, no matter where you start, coffee cup, a little squishy grenade thing, like whatever it is, start writing it down. And then you start getting into the stuff that's really affecting you, the stuff that's clogging you up. So if you're feeling stuck, this is a really good exercise. There's no rhyme or reason. There's zero rhyme or reason for this in the beginning. But as you start moving through after the first 5 minutes and moving into the 10 minutes and the 15 minutes, the daydreaming, all that stuff starts coming together a little bit. And now all of a sudden, all these random thoughts that you have, you see them start to kind of organize. And if you're stuck or you're looking for answers or you're trying to figure something out for your strategy, so if you want to get more specific on a certain thing, these brain dumps are incredible opportunities for you to come up with really creative ways to stamp your problems or clear those hurdles.
So does that help you clear your head, and so you feel less distracted, you're less apt to daydream?
Yeah, basically it's a deep thought daydream. Is basically what it is.
But do you find that you're able to concentrate more after you've done that?
100%.
So can you meditate? Could you sit and just meditate? You know how you sit cross-legged? And
No.
Could you just? I have a hard time doing that too.
That's why taking an action of writing down helps get me through there. If I try to meditate, I could, but I'd get bored really quick, and I'd probably end up.
Well, you're supposed to have no thoughts while you're meditating, and like I said, I try to multitask. I can't be still. I can be still, but I don't like it. I gotta be moving and doing something. Like I feel like I'm wasting my time if I'm not. So I can't meditate. I can't.
Yeah. I find it hard to believe anybody is just sitting there with no thoughts.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty empty. Listen, you hear that?
My dog sometimes.
Nothing going on in there.
Hello.
Yeah, so let me see. So that's kind of, so we can review just to kind of recap. We talk about, some of our challenges from this past week, some of what we're excited about, and some of the hurdles that we're going to be facing next week. And then we also want to talk about some shout outs. So
I want to, can I go ahead?
Nope.
I don't want to lose my thought. You'll remember because I'll forget. So I'd like to get some input. So when I've had to send out some refunds, and so I'm torn between, do I print out the envelope like professionally on my printer, or do I handwrite it? And I find I prefer to handwrite it.
Handwrite it.
Yeah, I find I prefer to handwrite it. Does anybody find that as unprofessional?
No.
Okay.
I think it's exactly opposite. I think I think we need to stay away from being too professional
Mhm.
in certain aspects of the business
Mhm.
because that personal touch. People do business with people, not companies,
Mhm.
in my opinion. And like whenever, you know, like we have a birthday or whatever, we send out handwritten thank you cards. People love that. I think that goes and speaks volumes rather than having some professional form filled out.
Yeah, because I was thinking about through that in my mind. I was like, should I get envelopes that are blue like our company color?
Well, I think
Or-
it'd be cool.
Or because I thought, well, then should I get it with our logo on there? No, I was thinking maybe just envelopes.
Well, I don't know. That'd be kind of cool to get envelopes with our logo on it. But then inside, you can even have it on our letterhead, but handwrite. I think it'd be the best of both worlds. You know, not a typewritten form, but just handwrite.
Yeah.
I think that's huge.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's thoughts, suggestions.
Yeah,
Anybody?
love to hear what you think.
Anybody? Hello. We have one viewer, I see. We have an eyeball up there. Who is that viewer? Do you have any input? Help me. I'm struggling here.
So, okay. Shout out. Anybody want to say hello?
Anybody I want to
Thanks.
shout out to? I want to thank Michelle Moore for coming and talking to the team on Wednesday morning. And I really did get a lot out of that. And we'll follow up on that. I want to thank you for just teaching me about the brain dump. I know we've talked about it before, but the refresher course, because I have had a lot of stuff going on upstairs lately, like a lot of outside stress influence. And I want to not have that.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I want to say a special thanks to Michelle too. Actually, if you go and Google mind equity, my interview with her, how to be the leader that turns your organizational attention, it pops right up there. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'd go check that out if you haven't been able to see that. And I do want to give a shout out. I'm gonna take a little book here. Oops.
Both of those?
Nope. I just want this one here. So I had a conversation. This is my little shout out the other day. I interviewed an author, another Michelle Raines, and she wrote this book called Badass Leader, Live to Lead. And what's really cool about this is you can see on the back there, she likes her Harleys and she's a writer and all that stuff. But she came from corporate America and she wrote this book for people that didn't believe that they could be entrepreneurs. It's a bit of a different niche that she's working in. But I love the way that she breaks this book down. So if you're interested in learning how to become a good entrepreneur or a badass leader, I can't recommend this book enough. It's actually really entertaining. And she's got 12 leadership lessons in this book. And I think you'll really enjoy it. So if you're one of those people that have always kind of thought in the back of your head that you wanted to become an entrepreneur, but maybe you don't know if you have the necessary background or education or anything like that to do it, this is a great resource for you. So I would highly encourage you to reach out, and you can get it on Amazon and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's from Michelle Raines. It's called Badass Leader, Live to Lead. From bad to badass leader. From bad to badass leader. So I thought it was really neat. It's a nice little twist on
I wonder what the 12
story.
What does the 12 represent? Do you know?
The 12 leadership lessons.
Oh.
Yeah, there's 12 leadership lessons in there. So if you like motorcycles, Harleys, riding on the road, you're gonna love Michelle. She's just totally into that stuff, and we had a really great conversation. If you want to watch our interview, it was on here. So, anything else?
No.
Well, then, do you want to take us away?
Oh, I want to give a shout out to my brother-in-law, Jason Owens, for delivering a piece of lumber to us. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. That was huge. Needed a 20-foot piece of lumber, and we have a truck, but we're like how do you transport a
We only had a 6-foot bed.
20-foot piece of lumber? Anyway, he had a rack on top of his truck, so he delivered it for me. So
That was super cool.
thank you so much. Yeah. Big
Yeah.
shout out to him.
So if you want to check out this, other episodes like this, there's hundreds of them over on Bottleneck TV. You can go to Bottleneck.Online/TV, and that's our YouTube channel where you can learn you can break through the bottleneck in your business today, and you can go over there, subscribe, and every time we come up with a new episode, you'll be notified first. It'll be a lot of fun. Quit Repeating Yourself is coming out in September of this year, which would be 2021. So if you're watching this at a later time, the book is probably out now. But Quit Repeating Yourself, no, this is not the cover. And we've even changed the subtitle, but really excited about it. It should be coming out, and it's got 3 parts to it: culture, leadership, systems, processes, and the final is recruiting and hiring. It's a book that was a passion project, walking through quicksand and mud the entire time, but it was a lot of fun. Special thanks and shout out to my wife for chapter 5. She got me through it. And just want to kind of let you know what's coming up to your earbuds.
Well, it's going to be Kelly Reese, Soulful Leadership Coach for Women in Business of Lead with Soul. That's on Tuesday, July 13th at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. Kelly Reese. That sounds interesting.
We're going to be talking about what to know before you decide to leave your position. We were just talking about that a minute ago.
Oh.
And previously on Live with Bottleneck,
Creating a Model-Based Culture with Hunter Thurman, president of Alpha Diver.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about what that was about.
That was amazing. Hunter is freaking brilliant. And he came up with every single time if you're stuck, he runs a company called Alpha Diver. You can go learn more at alpha-diver.com. I talked to him yesterday as of the time of this recording, but it was, if you want, you can go back and check him out. He's our featured episode right now on Bottleneck Television. And basically what we did is in his company, they dive into, like, they'll get companies like somebody from Walmart will come in and ask him, okay, why are my 18 to 25-year-olds not purchasing this product as much anymore? And he'll go and find the answers.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool because he looks at four key drivers for human behavior. And those drivers, I put them down right here, put them up yesterday. These are really, really cool. 4 drivers for human behavior. Number 1 is rational and practical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a numbers guy. Let me see the numbers. Maybe that's your client. Maybe that's the person that, you're trying to talk to. So you need to talk to them in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Tribal or social. Maybe if we do something here, we have a tribe. By me doing something, it might affect or impact something within the organization. 3rd is experiential. So how does it make you feel? Right? So if I say, oh man, if I do this, it makes me feel terrible. If I do this, it makes me feel real good. And the final is impulse, instinct, or status. Right? So, hey, everybody, look at me. Look at my brand new Ferrari. Right? So there's different ways that you can talk about these 4 different drivers in human behaviors. Really cool conversation. So if you're getting stuck in trying to figure out what your messaging is, or you're getting stuck trying to figure out what to do or why something's falling off, Hunter's a great person to reach out to. Although he does typically work with more medium and large size businesses. But yeah, unbelievable conversation. So that was a ton of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I learned something this week about, I don't remember where I learned it. I think I may have just saw it come across on an email or something, newsletter. But when somebody doesn't know something, and they're not stupid because they don't know, but a great way to educate them or to talk to them about something they may not know is to talk to them as if they already knew it, they just don't remember that they knew it. I thought that was kind of an interesting way to a twist on something like that.
Love it. I love it. I want some more.
Okay, anything?
Anything else? No, I think I'm good. You want to take
I
this away?
can't sit still this morning. Have you noticed I've been doing this? So I can't sit still. One of those days.
Well, just a little final message. Everybody have fun. Thank you for joining us. We come to you every Friday around 10, and this is a Live with Bottleneck production, but special edition, a week in review.
I hope everybody had a fun and safe 4th of July.
Yeah, that was a lot of
Another
fun.
shout out to our friends, John and Deb Adcock. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for having us out to your house
That
and
was so
allowing
much
us
fun.
to spend time with your family and other friends. That was a good time.
It was a good time. It was. All right. We'll see
Bye-bye.
everybody. Don't forget, create your own ripple.
Oh, and I'm a got a conundrum. So Jamie pulled his groin and he can't skate for about 3 months.
3 months. 3 weeks.
Wrong. Do I go play? Do I not?
Yes. Go play. Have fun. I'm going to hang out here.
I feel bad though
Party
because
like it's
I really
1999.
like going and playing with him
Yeah.
because he
you'll have fun.
passes to me.
You'll have fun. All right, everybody.
Bye.
Happy Friday.